Okay, let's walk through this software together. Now here I've got it opened up, got a few fields, a few buttons. Everything is significant. You're always going to want to enter a project name. This project name is going to create a folder in your My Documents folder, and that's where all your videos from this session is going to be saved. Create how many? Let's just say that you have a list of titles that you want to use, but your list is really big and you don't want to count out exactly how many. So you could, for example, you end up putting 100 or more titles in here, but you tell it, well, I only want to create 10 videos. Project name, my project. Okay, you name that anything you want, of course. Now we've got intros location, primaries location, outros location. So what happens here is when you click one of these buttons, a little form will open up and you just navigate to where your videos are and click it. Now if you have more than one file in here, you just hold your control button or shift and select all of them that you want. Okay, each one of these buttons, each one of these three buttons all does that same thing. So you set the videos that you want to use as your intros, as your outros, and as your primary videos. Okay, now here's the thing. This is not only a video spinner, but it can act just as a video clone. So if you didn't want to put intros and outros, you have your video exactly how you want it, and you just want to be able to upload it multiple times into YouTube without getting that duplicate content error, then you would just go ahead and select primaries locations, select that one video that you want, and that's good. Okay, but if you have intros and outros, you can select them all. So it's an either or situation. So that loads your videos. You have to select that in order to load some videos up that's going to get put together. Next thing here, we have find great titles. If you click on that, basically you'd put in your main keyword phrase and then click the generate titles button, and it's going to go through. It takes a while, it takes a minute or two, but then this form will populate for you. It'll give you just a lot of great titles that you can use for your videos. On check rank index, let's click that one. Now this one, you would enter your titles in here that you want to check the rank on. Okay, so as this is running, it's defaulted at all. So it's going to go through your list of keywords and it's going to show you the difficulty level for each one of those keywords to rank it. Now you let this run through here, and understand you would never ever want to put more than 50 or 60 titles in here, maybe 100 max. This is not something that you put 5,000 titles into. So 50 or 60 is good at a maximum. So anyways, you'd go through and it's going to give you a list, and it's going to list them as easy, medium, hard, right? So once that finishes, and it'll let you know, you can click this drop down and select which ones that you want to see. That it'll go ahead and it'll group those together and open up into a text file. And it would have all of those listed right here. So now you would, for example, if you have a new account and you just want to get some easy ranking to start with, to build yourself up, to build your account up, you'd run that. You'd go ahead and get that list of titles that it showed you in that text area, and you'd paste those right here. Okay, now over on the tools section in your menu, click on tools, and you've got optional description and keyword stuff metadata. On optional description, this would be your own description that you want at the top of the description box for your SEO. So the system is still going to go out and generate the absolute best SEO for you, so that you can have your highest odds of your video ranking on page 1 for your phrase. But this allows you to, put your call to action in there, your URL, and so your stuff would be up here, and the rest of the SEO description would be down here. So you would just do your part that you want there. And the cool thing about it, if you want it to change per video, you also have the option of using spin tax in here. Okay, so you can syntax your optional description as well. You don't have to add this if you don't want. It's completely optional. Our next tool is keyword stuff metadata. This is exactly what it sounds like. It'll stuff your keywords that you enter into this screen into your videos, and it does it in a way so that your odds are highest that you're not going to get caught or identified for stuff in your videos. So we've got some safety built in there. But basically on this, you would pretty much just paste in, or at least the way I do it is I paste in the same titles here that I have here. So when you do that, when you do either one of these, you just put in your information and then click the X because the software knows what to do. Then you'll run the program. Now, how long it takes depends on the video that you're using. If you're using a really high resolution, really big video, well, then it's going to take a long time per video because it has to take a lot of steps to really get by YouTube's duplicate content filter. So just to put this in perspective for you, a 2-minute video is going to render out a lot faster than a 20-minute video. You get me? And it's just going to give you the number, which number it's working on right here as it goes. One other thing I'd like to point out is you do lose some resolution quality through this process because it's streamlining your video. It's making that video file as small as it can make it. So if you're starting off, for example, with a video that has a person on the screen speaking in it, and that video is already low quality, well, then when you lose some of the pixels here through this process, it's not going to look great. If it's just a text video with talking behind it or something, that's going to be fine. But if you've got a person on screen, you're going to want to make sure that it's a high-res video right from the start so that even though it does suffer some pixel loss, it's still going to be okay. It'll still work just fine for you. Now, when this finishes, it'll give you a pop-up and it'll open up the screen. And here's an example of mine. So what it does is it'll create your videos for you. It'll name your videos according to the names you put in. And it'll do SEO on your videos. Now on the SEO, on each one, in between these 3 little dashes, is the keyword that was used. If you used custom description, the optional description, your stuff would be in here. Then this is the actual SEO data that it has created for this keyword, ultra targeting this keyword and LSI keywords. Okay, right below that is video tags. I say video tags, this is video tag suggestions. You may run into a lot of situations to where you can't get all of those tags in there. Okay, so just, randomly grab you some whenever you're uploading the video to drop those in. And that will also help to keep your video unique even among other people who are using the same software. And it's going to do that for each one. The divider in between the two, how you know you're in between, is because you've got these little equal marks, a little line of those, plus dead space above and below it. So it's going to go through and give you every bit of that. So once that's all finished, you've already got all your files in here like we talked about. Oh, I should tell you, these are the files without metadata. So if you do add metadata for stuffing, then that's going to be in the folder of its own. Okay, so you would know which ones to use. Now, you would just highlight them all. You're going to log into your YouTube account in your own browser and click the upload button. Set this however you want it, and then you would just drag your files right into that. And of course, when you do that, it's going to give you the opportunity right then and there to add your SEO to each one of those videos you're uploading. At which point, you would grab your notepad to where you have all that information in there and just systematically go through. Give it the title, give it the description, give it tags. And it only takes a couple of minutes, depending on how many you put in there. You can usually put in 20 videos at a time very comfortably. So it's super, super easy to, through the course of a day, if you're just kind of doing it, it's real easy to upload 300-400 videos. And that is all there is to it. You're going to be able to work with this whole system very easily and really supercharge your video campaigns. Now, extended menu items. We've, of course, got the tutorial and help. Got the support forum, which you should, of course, visit. Also linked Spintax Buddy in here. And you get that for free. And I linked that in here because of the optional description, since it can use Spintax. If you're not very familiar with Spintax, then this software is going to really help you out. Of course, you can at any time check for updates. This more software goes to my main website that I haven't updated in months and months and months, so that's just terrible, and I need to get on the ball with that. Cloud desktop, that's for, if you wanted a remote desktop that you could work, on a Windows desktop from anywhere, whether it's from your own computer, from your phone, whatever, or a tablet. You can pick yourself up a remote desktop here. And then proxies, antivirus, web hosting, autoresponder. These are all my favorite picks. These are all people that I use in my own business, and I'm completely comfortable pointing you to these guys. So there you go. That's our walkthrough.